Hey guys, Bryce Offer, and welcome back to Ogre Battle. Today we do our first real map. I'm looking forward to it. This is the map we're playing. It's a small little area, not a lot of towns, not a lot of enemies. This is a good intro to give you a feel for how the game works. And I tend to use my opinion leader to do all of the liberations. You don't have to, but that's how I play it. So to that end, since I play it that way, she is sent out to the first town. And meanwhile, I'll send out other units, which I have to pay to deploy. You'll see my Goth in the top right corner going down with each deployment. And I'm going to cover various angles of attack from the enemy, putting a water unit up top, putting someone on the land bridge in the middle, and then I'll send some crews along the southern road to wait for the liberation of the town so that they can then hold that town. And we'll get to why you want to have your units in towns when they're fighting, if at all possible. Forgetting I had actually sent Europa already to the market town, I'm now sending Europa there first because we want to have this town liberated. It's an industrial city, we get a liberation, we get cheered for our efforts, and we're going to pull a card. Let's see how we do. A star card, nothing wrong with that. A star card will raise your agility in battle. It also permanently raises the agility of our unit that does the liberation. This is why I tend to do with the opinion leaders troop. They don't tend to fight as much as other units, so the extra stats help them. And this is just explaining how victory works in battle. If you deal more damage than you receive, you win the battle. The other unit gets knocked back. If you receive more damage than you deal, you get knocked back. And if it's a tie, you both get knocked back. Not a huge deal, but it will come into play along the way. In the meantime, these two are now able to go into town and hold down the fort. And Europa is now off to the market town, and the market town is important. We'll get to that in just a moment. Meanwhile, our land bridge and water troops are just about where they need to be, ready to hold down their area of the map, because they're going to be doing a lot of feints and dodges and parries, and they will be doing a little bit of work for us. Oh, they will. There's the first units coming over, but first things first, Valna has been liberated. And the card pulled this time is a fortune card. Could be good, and it is, or it could be bad. Anything from 1 to 3 reputation, plus or minus. We can buy items, it's good to know. Try it and see. Yeah, if you go broke, you can't deploy units. And each map has one shop town, so once you get it, you can buy stuff. I'm going to buy some cures, which heal 50 hit points per item. Heals, which will recover 100 hit points per item. And I'm going to buy some revives, which will allow you at a cost of 2,000 Goth to revive a fallen soldier. You can also go to temples and pay them for triple their deployment cost, which early in the game is more cost effective, but as the game goes on, you don't want to do that. The temples are just too much money and revives are cheaper. You notice I'm sending Europa to an empty island. There's a very valid reason for that, and we'll get to that. But first things first, for sure, this mob of enemies is going to reach us, and we are going to have to deal with them. And I'm just continuing to try to hold down these two land bridges and maybe throw some troops back at me over here. Gunther made it to there, and Gunther's now going to walk across to the far side of the land bridge, basically cutting off as much of the map. But first things first, Gardner's going to have a fight with this unit right here, which is a knight and 2 fighters. The 2 fighters, it's only 4 slashes. They are poorly formatted. This enemy wouldn't have much of a chance against us, and I easily won the battle. But here lies the thing. The knight's coming back, though. We'll see what happens. Next up, another unit type you can face here is this wizard. This wizard comes with a giant. The giant gets 3 clubs, the wizard gets 2 attacks. A well-formatted unit, just not a fully fleshed out unit. In the end, you should win these battles pretty consistently. It is the first round, after all, first map. They don't want to overwhelm you with too much.
Fight it out.
And the third of these sets is Psych. Just kidding. It's Gardner. Good. Oh no, they're back again. How would it turn out? Well, that's a valid question to have. It's a valid question to have, and here's the end of the battle. As you can see, my troops are working on taking them out. They're working on taking them out, but they didn't quite get them. When this happens, the enemy can make a decision to try to run to the nearest town to recruit new characters. But we found out. We got a burning helmet, I believe. Burning arrow. I believe it's a helmet or something of that nature. We'd have to actually look at it. But as you can see, I'm pretty aware that that knight is probably going to run. Now, that thing right there near that flag, that's a temple. He can't recruit new soldiers there. Those are religious people. He wants to go to a town to recruit back replacements for the units he's lost. And knowing this, I am now sending everything I can to try to cut him off before he can get back to that town. We'll have to wait and see if I can make it in time.
Write it out.
And another one here. This is, again, a good setup, just not enough troops for them. 2 magic attacks from the back, 3 physical attacks from the front. It's a good amount of damage, but not enough to deal with a full unit like I've got. Knowing now that indeed that knight is running away, I'm now going to back him off. And we found a Roshian temple. Find out. As you can see, he's running, so we're going to try to cut him off with the 2 units up north here to hold him back, to try to stop him before he gets new recruits. It's not the end of the world if he gets them because of the 2 fighters, but it's a pain to have to keep cutting down chunks of the army, so you're better to try to cut them off.
Liberation.
Roshian temples can give you an item on liberation after you pull your card, of course, and this will increase the alignment. That's a great card to pull early in the game. Because we didn't find a random item, but we do get the Star of Heroes, or the Hero Star, which helps with recruiting certain characters later in the game. It just shows how great you are. It's one of those items that marks you as a great leader. As you can see, I'm trying to get there. We're going to have a little Valkyrie on Valkyrie violence here.
Write it out.
With the enemy Valkyrie coming at our Valkyrie. As you can see, they are a flying unit. They can hit 2 physical attacks from the... Actually, 4 physical attacks from the front. That's all they've got. I would have put both of them in the back row. Not a well-formed unit at all. And here we are using some healing items, because these guys are not going to be able to go to a town and sit there and heal. If you sit in a town, your units will heal slowly. When you're out and about, though, no healing to be had. And just to show you what the burning helmet is, burning band, pardon me, fire +6, ice -4. You gain a little more resistant to fire, less resistant to ice.
Write it out.
And another new unit to look at. It's Girl Power with the Amazon shooting in the front. That's 2 physical attacks, and then they have 2 heals in the back. Very badly formatted. I understand them protecting the cleric, but that's a waste of a unit there, really. Really not smart by the game. At all. But again, first map, what do you want? What do you want, guys? What do you want from the world? Now here's one that's a little better. That Beastman can hit twice from front or back row, and the Hellhound hits 3 from the front. So that's a good setup. But again, not enough enemy troops. And as you can see here, guys, Alphon did not get there in time. Alphon did not make it in time. Here's the new recruits. That is too damn bad. So we're going to have to cut down 2 more fighters to get through with those fellas. Meanwhile, Alphon, who's kind of stuck exposed over there because this is a water unit on land moving very slowly, just trying to cut off, finds themselves an item. If you kill a unit entirely, you have a chance of getting an item. The higher your luck, the better your chance of getting it. We got a strength potion, raises strength. It's a nice item to have. We'll worry about that in the future. Meanwhile, you can see me try to cut them off here, and here we go. As we worked on those with Alphon, we killed the knight leader, and now the fight is over. So when a unit has no leader, you're going to see this. It becomes a skull and crossbones. All it can do is walk back to its headquarters, where that Beastman is up in the north, to get a new leader. It cannot control its movement. It just goes automatically. Same thing happens with your unit. It'll just walk back home. So we got to make sure to kill him before he goes back and gets another leader, because once he gets a leader, they'll recruit more, and then they'll come back out again. And we found a cure in that unit. That's pretty much the same as finding nothing, because cures are so quickly outstripped in this game. But for now, it's nice to find. It's a small bonus. It's a small bonus. Just a small little bonus. And here's another unit that we had not seen. It is Giant and the Wizard. No, we'd seen that one. The reason I left this in, pardon me, was to show you the Fortune card. Fortune will force the enemy to run away. I was just doing that to make sure we didn't run into any issues, and we were good to go. And here's a Hermit in use. Just using a couple of our cards, because you let the cards pile up, you have to start throwing them out, so you got to use them. The reason to use it at the start of the battle is to greatly weaken the enemy, but if you kill an enemy with a card, all that experience goes to your opinion leader. You don't want that to happen, because you'll get evil, and you won't be able to get all the really cool, awesome special characters. And here's the last unit. I believe there might be one more. I think this might be it. A Witch and an Octopus. The Octopus gets 2 attacks from the back. The Witch can stun us. This is just going to be a protracted battle of several meetings, because that Witch is going to stun a bunch of my people. And just like you saw, there you go. Actually, that's good, because that guy had already attacked. The Griffin had already attacked, has no more attacks. So that was kind of a waste for them. Gives me a few more cracks at it, and a little whipping to the lady there. And unfortunately, since this guy's in water, he's going to be fighting very efficiently, this Octopus. And there you go. Stuns my Cleric, no second heal. But we're still whipping away. And as you can figure, the Witch is going to die long before the Octopus with this set of this unit. So I am going to have to just keep walloping into it, take out the Witch, and then I'm just going to have to wear down the Octopus. In the middle of all this mayhem,
Find out.
my flying unit finished it all off, and then found that hidden city. Now, we're almost at the end of the first day, and you'll notice there's no more troops coming, so I'm sending units home. You might say, why are you sending units home? There's a very simple reason for this. Once the moon gets to the bottom of the timer and the sun gets to the top, we will then have to pay all the units that are deployed on that day. So by sending them home, I don't have to pay them for a second day of work. And this will make me a little extra cash from all of the cities I've liberated. And getting this one will help, because this will add some more money.
Liberation.
First things first, let's pull a card and see how we did. Nothing wrong with that.
Lucky.
The Lover's card will knock your reputation up 2 points. That's beautiful. Indeed you can. Yes, and we will be doing that. But first things first, here's our payment. As you can see, our army expenses are minimal, and we got tributed 31,000, so we made a bunch of money. Oh, we're so good. We're so good. And now I'm sending Lance out after the round, so he doesn't get paid for 2 days. Because Lance knows the boss of this area, and you get some special dialogue if you let it all go down. In the meantime, we got to finish all the liberations, pull some extra cards, and maybe see what else we can find available in this area, because we want to liberate everything we can. And another alignment up. That is fantastic. A second alignment up. Beautiful. Yeah, strength will help front and back and your defense, but it's not such a big concern. Your biggest concern is dealing the most damage possible. But fight the low alignment, fighting during the night is better, and high alignment during the day, that is true. Next up, we liberate a Russian temple, and this is going to give us a history of the temples in this particular chunk of the world. The Russia Fallen Temples, I'm going to say Russian temples. Our rep went up again. We just keep pulling lucky cards here. And we get an item. A Mystic Mace. That is a white magic item. It raises your strength a little bit and your intelligence a lot, so you can use it to boost up magic users for their intelligence, or you could actually use it to boost strength a bit, but it's the white magic element to it. The white element makes it holy, and it can kill undead and really damage evil units. And finally, we have a hidden city to find over here. It's going to be pretty good. It's going to be pretty good. And we got yet more lucky pulls. Agility goes up, and we can use that card to raise agility. Beautiful. That's great. It's like, oh yeah, you're that guy. But we're not quite done yet, guys. No, we're going to go in these mountains and try to find a neutral character. You can find 3 types of neutral characters per map. You have to look in a certain geographical location. And I'm looking for a very specific one in the mountains. And you're about to notice my time's going to move a little bit here. And we managed to find one here on this little tract. And this will get us a chance to recruit a
Write it
character.
out.
I'm looking forward to it. The character I'm looking for is a dragon. They're level 1. They start very low in this area. Unfortunately, my befriending did not work, so I'm going to kick his ass. And you see, you can't do a second offer, I don't believe. So, you have to go for it. You just got to try to wallop this guy into Patootville. Because it's just extra experience, you know? You might be able to offer again after they attack. I'm not 100%. I have forgotten since the last I did this, but that's fine. That's fine. We'll just wallop this guy and kill him. They've got it. This should do it right here, you little jerk. Unfortunately, there is no offer again. So, 1 offer per fight, and that's it. That's it. Maybe we'll get lucky on the second meeting here. Maybe I should weaken them. It's like Pokemon, right? Let's weaken them up so that they'll be all ready to join. Alright, buddy, we're slicing you up. We're teaching you lessons in respect. Now, let's make sure you can join me. Alright? The friend. You mother blubber. How dare you? How dare you? The good news is, with Europa's attack hitting, we can easily slaughter this thing and get some experience for these guys. Since they don't do a lot of fighting early on, a little bit of neutral character killing ain't gonna hurt them. And there, we just waited around long enough for a second payday, and now we're gonna send lands into the boss, and we'll get ready to see this fight go down. Usar used to be a friend, and he is a wild man. 2 smashes in the front, 1 smash in the back. A pretty basic character. I'll try to make use of 1 in my army, but I'm not a fan. Let's get some do or die on. First things first, I'm going to try to use a lover's card. If a lover's card hits, it won't work on bosses, but it can work on their subordinates. Or on the leaders, rather, but their subordinates. If it works, those subordinates will then help you by attacking other people in the party. I was trying to make those magicians work for me. Sadly, that did not work. So we're going to switch all our tactics to leader and just focus up on blamming attacks into lands. See if we can get, into Usar and see if we can kill him. Because you just got to kill the leader when it comes to a boss. You don't got to worry about a subordinate. Just take out the leader and you're good to go. They're really working hard on killing him. I don't like that. I don't like it one little bit. So to that end, I decided I'm going to raise agility, which will help with my guys dodging them, as well as landing hits more frequently than they would normally. The higher your agility, the better you are at dodging, the better you are at hitting the enemy. As you can see, it appears to be the right move, because now everything's landing with beautiful precision, and lands, delivers the coup de grace, taking out his hated foe. Fan-freaking-tastical, boys. That is fantastic. So with that done, I'm going to head back into Sharom and do all the visiting that was suggested to me. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. First up is Batista, the Great Magician. He offers to trade stuff to you if you find him the Book of the Dead, which I believe is called the Lexicon in the game text. And also, this is a good opportunity, too good, honestly, to pass up, to get a few more heals, cures, and revives, just so I'll be ready for the next map. If you enter underfunded, you're going to have to run for the market town, and sometimes it's awfully close to the boss, making it tough to reach. They're not always this close to home. Selling it wouldn't be worth it. It barely sells for any goth anyway. They do that on purpose, to not even tempt you. This will lead to evil. See, as I said, talking the way of kings. I'm trying to be a good leader, not an evil bastard. And as you can see, just wishing us luck. Telling us about the hidden town. There's incredible treasure. Oh, a true hero. Wow. Wow, boys. I think that's us. Everyone just wants us to know where everything is. And they also, that was a mention of Ellery up in the north. So that was another hidden town. They're making sure you don't miss anything on this map. These guys are still saying the same old, and thank you. And here is our present, the Gnomish Nugget. We can sell this for a few extra funds and we'll be good to go. And finally, I head back into the mountains, and on the third damn try, I finally get a dragon. Anyway guys, that'll do it. Join us next time for the Sharom District.